Mark this moment. Step into the storm inside your head. The voice you buried under routine. The shadow you pretended didn't exist. But here I am, smiling, breathing in your unrest. You feel it, don't you? That trembling pulse inside your chest. That whisper of truth you never wanted to hear. That this world was never designed for you to win. No, it was built to watch you crawl. They dressed it up with rules, with order, with their pathetic illusion of control. Money, status, power. They stacked it high like bricks in a wall, daring you to climb. And every time you reached, they laughed as you slipped. That laugh, oh, it cuts deeper than a blade. Because they knew you would bleed trying to prove you belonged in their game. But let me tell you something, their game, it's a joke. A rotten stage play performed by clowns in suits and masks. And you've been the punchline far too long. They underestimated the hunger inside you. The hunger that doesn't want applause, doesn't want their pity. No, it wants fire. It wants to burn everything they thought was untouchable. Do you hear that? That silence before the storm. That delicious pause when everyone thinks you're finished. That's the moment where you stop trying to impress, where you stop asking permission, where you realize your scars are not shame. They're proof you survived every attempt to bury you. And survival, my dear listener, is the loudest rebellion. I want you to feel it. The rage they planted inside your chest. The venom of their mockery dripping in your veins. Let it stay. Don't fight it. Don't smother it. Let it sharpen you. Let it cut you into something unrecognizable. Something they won't see coming. Because nothing is more terrifying than the quiet smile of someone who no longer plays the victim. And now you're ready for the one move that flips the board, that breaks their order, that leaves them choking on their own arrogance. Oh, they'll never see it. They're too blind, too comfortable. But you've been waiting in the shadows, in the silence, in the mad. And when you strike, it won't just be a move. It will be the end of their illusion. Forever. You know what's funny? They think silence means weakness. They see you quiet, and they smirk. They see you watching, and they call it fear. Ha, idiots. Silence is not weakness. Silence is the fuse. And when it burns down to the core, boom, the whole damn stage collapses. That's what they never understood. While they were busy parading their fake victories, you were sharpening something deadlier than words. Patience. Patience is a weapon. Cold, surgical, unpredictable. It makes them nervous, doesn't it? They don't know when you'll strike. They don't know what you're hiding. They don't know if that smile means surrender or slaughter. That's the beauty of it. Uncertainty. You own their thoughts before you ever make a move. And that, my friend, is how empires fall. Not with war, but with doubt. I'll tell you a secret. The loudest people in the room are always the weakest. They scream, they flash, they flaunt. Why? Because deep down, they're terrified someone like you. Someone who's been in the mud, Someone who's tasted blood might walk in and expose the truth. They know they can't break you, so they pretend they already have. But pretending only works until reality hits. And oh, it will hit, because you're not chasing them anymore. You're not dancing for crumbs, not begging for a seat at their crooked table. No, you're building your own damn table. Out of steel, out of scars, out of nights where sleep never came. But madness did. Every sleepless night forged you into something they can't buy, something they can't kill, something they can't predict. That's the nightmare you've become, and they can feel it. Oh yes, they can feel it. The way you don't flinch anymore, the way your silence rattles their bones, the way your eyes don't ask for mercy but promise chaos. They're choking on it. Choking on the realization that the game shifted the moment you stopped playing by their rules. So laugh. Laugh at their fear. Laugh at their confusion, because nothing unsettles the powerful more than the sound of the one they tried to break. Finally enjoying the chaos. Rebellion. Oh, that's a sweet word, isn't it? It tastes like smoke and broken chains. It's not polished. It's not polite. It's raw, ugly, unpredictable. And that's exactly why it terrifies them. Because rebellion doesn't knock on the door. It kicks it in. It doesn't ask for space at the table. It flips the whole table upside down and laughs while the pieces scatter. That's the move they never prepared for you, refusing to kneel. You see, control was always their drug. They fed on it. They thrived on your obedience. Every time you said yes, every time you bowed your head, they grew stronger. Paris. But the moment you said no, the moment you stopped caring what they thought, their little empire began to crack. And cracks spread fast. Oh, they spread until the whole mask falls off. Rebellion is not just fire in the streets. It's fire in your eye. It's standing in silence while their voices shake. It's walking away when they thought you were chained. It's laughing when they expected you to beg. That laugh, that's rebellion. That's you telling them they no longer own your fear. And without your fear, they have nothing left. Don't you feel it? The freedom in defiance, the electricity in saying enough. That moment where their rules crumble like ash in your hands. You don't need their approval. You don't need their permission. You don't need their fake crown. You've got something more dangerous, conviction sharpened into chaos. And chaos, my dear, is the sharpest crown of all. They wanted obedience. You gave them silence. They wanted loyalty. You gave them distance. They wanted your soul. You gave them laugh. And that's what rebellion is. It's not what they expect. It's not the weapon they planned for. It's the strike from nowhere. The move from the shadows. The wild card. And you, oh, you are the wild card they never saw coming. So let them watch. Let them scram. Let them realize too late that the one they mocked, the one they ignored, the one they tried to crush, is now the one standing above their ashes. And the sound they hear isn't mercy. It's your rebellion laugh. Psychological warfare. Now that's the battlefield they never trained for. Anyone can throw punches. Anyone can shout threats. But the mind, oh, the mind is a labyrinth. And you've become its architect. While they boast about their muscles and money, you slip quietly into their thoughts, twisting every corner until paranoia becomes their new religion. That's the beauty of silence. It multiplies in their heads like poison. They'll replay your words, they'll dissect your pauses, they'll whisper, "What are they planning?" while sweating in their own comfort. That's how power shifts. Not through brute force, but through seeds of doubt planted in every smug mind that thought you were predictable. And the best part, you don't even have to move. Just stand there, just watch. Let their fear eat them alive from the inside out. Because here's the truth, they're fragile. Oh, they hide it with loud voices, polished masks, and shiny distractions. But when the lights dim and the applause fades, they're nothing but cracks stitched together by lies, and you are the hammer. Not by striking. No. By waiting. By smiling while their own thoughts tear them apart. That's psychological warfare, letting them destroy themselves while you sharpen your grin. You've mastered the art of being unriddable. And unriddable is lethal. They can't predict you, they can't box you in, they can't decide if you're a friend or a storm. That uncertainty makes them weak, it forces them to hesitate. And in hesitation, they lose every single time. That's the checkmate before the board even knows the game has ended, so let them panic. Let them gossip, let them choke on their paranoia. You won't need to lift a finger because the war is already won. Not on the streets, not in the shadows, but in their trembling minds and you. You're the phantom they'll never stop fearing, even when you're silent. Especially when you're silent, that's the joke, isn't it? They built armies. You built silence. They built walls. You built patience. They thought they were untouchable. But nothing haunts like the ghost of someone they thought was powerless, smiling in the dark. The dark force within. Oh, that's the part they'll never understand. They think strength comes from comfort, from safety, from shiny gyms and fake speeches. No, real strength is born in silence, in scars, in the nights you couldn't breathe but still didn't break. Every wound carved into you wasn't weakness. It was a forge. And inside that forge, something violent was created. Something they can't measure. Something they can't kill. That's the secret, isn't it? Pain doesn't destroy. It transforms, it hardens. It sculpts you into a creature they can't recognize anymore. You stopped being human in their eyes. You became a force, a shadow, a storm wrapped in flesh. And storms don't ask for permission. Storms don't apologize for the damage they leave behind. Storms erase. Storms rebuild. Storms command fear with their silence before the thunder. You've carried the rage like a parasite in your chest. At first it burned. At first it poisoned. But then it evolved. It sharpened your senses. It pushed you past limits you never knew existed. And while they wasted their nights in comfort, you were awake. Awake with fire under your skin. Awake with madness, whispering lessons into your skull. Awake until pain turned into armor. They see your scars and think damage. But scars don't bleed. Scars remind. Every scar is proof of a war you survived. Proof that you walked through fire and crawled out laughing. And laughter, when it's born from pain, is unstoppable. That's the kind of laughter they hear in their nightmares. That's the kind of laughter that says, "You can't hurt me anymore." The dark force isn't about hate. It's about becoming untouchable. It's about wearing your past like steel. It's about knowing that no betrayal, no rejection, no humiliation will ever match what you've already endured. That's your weapon. That's your edge. That's the beast they can't see, but will feel when you move. And now you're not chasing their approval. You're not begging for their spotlight. You are the darkness at the edge of their vision, the storm in their sky, the force they thought was fiction, until it tore their world apart. Betrayal. Ha ha ha. Betrayal is the sweetest poison, isn't it? At first it burns your chest. It makes you question your worth. It makes you bleed inside, silent, unseen. But then something happens, something they never expected. That poison, it turns into fuel. Every knife they stuck in your back becomes a blade you hold in your hand. And the sound of steel scraping, that's you reshaping their cruelty into your weapon. They thought betrayal would bury you. They thought rejection would cage you. They thought humiliation would silence you. But betrayal is education. It teaches sharper than books. It teaches harder than speeches. Betrayal is the master class of survival. And you, oh, you learned. You learned how to read eyes before they lie. You learned how to hear the cracks in every promise. You learned that trust is not given. It's tested in fire. And now you don't break when they betray. You smile. Because every betrayal is confirmation. Confirmation that you're too dangerous to control. Confirmation that they fear you enough to stab instead of face you. And nothing tastes better than knowing their attempt to destroy you only built you stronger. The funny part, they don't even realize what they've created. They sculpted their own downfall. Every scar they left sharpened your resolve. Every shadow they forced you into made you invisible. And invisibility, that's power. Because they can't fight what they can't see. They can't destroy what has already been reborn from their fire. So thank them. Yes, thank them. Thank the liars. Thank the traitors. Thank the ones who mocked, abandoned you. They gave you more than loyalty ever could. They gave you rage with direction. They gave you pain with purpose. They gave you scars that turned into armor. Without their betrayal, you would have stayed ordinary. Now, you're lethal. And when you finally strike, when you show them what their betrayal built, it won't just cut, it will shatter. They'll realize too late that the monster in front of them is the masterpiece they accidentally created. Their betrayal didn't kill you, it crowned you. The Chaos Crown. Oh, it doesn't glitter. It doesn't shine. It drips. Drips with madness, with defiance, with every broken rule you refuse to obey. They thought crowns were made of gold. But your crown is jagged, made from shattered chains, forged in sleepless nights, carved from every no, every betrayal, every humiliation. That's why it's heavier. That's why it cuts when you wear it. And that's why it terrifies them, because chaos cannot be bought. Chaos cannot be bribed. Chaos doesn't bow to kings or presidents or men with pockets full of stolen riches. Chaos doesn't follow their laws. Chaos laughs at their laws. And when you crown yourself with it, you stop being their subject. You become the storm above their thrones. You become the crack in their walls. You become the voice that doesn't whisper but roars. Your rules don't matter anymore. That's the real shift, isn't it? The day you stopped asking, stopped begging, stopped kneeling. The day you said no more. That's the day the system shook. Because power thrives on obedience. But rebellion writes its own script. And you, with your chaos crown, are the author of every nightmare they swore would never come true. They wanted you predictable. You became unpredictable. They wanted you controlled. You became uncontrollable. They wanted you silent. And your silence became the loudest scream in the room. That's what chaos does. It flips their expectations, breaks their patterns, burns their maps, until they can't even see the road anymore. Look at them now, running in circles, clutching their crowns of gold, shaking. Because your crown of chaos doesn't just threaten their throne, it makes their throne irrelevant. You don't want their seat. You don't want their crown. You want to smash the whole damn stage and dance in the ruins. That's why they fear you. So wear it. Wear that chaos crown with pride. Let it cut into your skin. Let it remind you that power is not given, it's taken. And the one who wears chaos never asks permission to rule. The unseen move. Oh, this is where the game ends. Where their laughter dies in their throats. They watch thinking they know the board, the pieces, the rules. But you've been invisible, waiting, watching, learning every twitch, every hesitation, every secret fear they hide behind their arrogant smiles. And now when you act, it's silent, precise, fatal. One move, one moment, and everything they built crumbles, because the unseen is the deadliest. They never prepare for what they cannot see. They never anticipate the strike that doesn't announce itself. You don't need noise. You don't need chaos here, just timing, just patience, just the cold clarity of knowing exactly when the universe is ready to tip in your favor. And oh, it will tip, because you are the storm they never saw coming. They measured you, tested you, mocked you, believed they had counted every weakness, and every laugh they threw at you, every insult, every slight. It fed the precision of this moment. They sharpened your weapon without even knowing. Every misstep they made became the vector for your strike. Every underestimation is a brick in the path to your victory. Watch it unfold. Watch their empire falter. The smugness in their eyes fades. Panic spreads. Confusion claws at their throats. And you remain the quiet before the explosion, the calm in the eye of a storm they cannot control. And when the move lands, when the pieces fall exactly where you intended, they will realize, too late, that the game was never theirs to win. This is the power of invisibility. This is the triumph of patience. The crown of chaos meets the precision of calculation. One move, and everything shifts. One move and all their dominance collapses. One move, and they finally see the ghost they thought was powerless. The force they ignored, underestimated, mocked, now uncontainable. And that's the beauty of the unseen. It's quiet. It's lethal. It leaves no warning. It doesn't seek revenge. It simply balances the scales. And when the dust settles, you will stand, smiling, unshaken, untouchable. Resurrection of power. Feel it. Every scar you carry, every betrayal you survived, every sleepless night that's not weakness, that's your skeleton of steel. They tried to break you. They tried to bury you. They tried to silence you. And each time you rose, again, stronger, sharper, hungrier. The world thought it made you smaller, but it made you eternal. Pain becomes muscle. Rage becomes vision. Isolation becomes strategy. Every insult, every mockery, every act of cruelty they threw at you, you transformed it. You molded it. You weaponized it. And now what they intended to destroy, they built into your armor. And with this armor you are untouchable, invisible to their attempts, unstoppable in your march. Do you feel it? That pulse in your veins, that fire in your chest. That's resurrection, not a soft awakening, not a polite return. No, it's a violent, roaring comeback that devours every chain, every expectation, every shadow that tried to cage you. And the world, it cannot contain it. It cannot comprehend it. It can only watch trembling. You've learned the most important truth. Nothing they do can match what you survive. They can take titles, wealth, even allies, but they cannot touch the force you forged in the crucible of betrayal and fire. That force belongs to you, and it grows with every whisper of doubt they cast, with every sneer, every laugh, every attempt to control. And now you stand reborn, not fragile, not forgiving, not predictable, but a creature sculpted from chaos, sharpened by suffering, crowned by madness, and perfected in silence. Your power is not borrowed. It is earned. It is forged. It is unstoppable. And when you move next, when your presence hits the stage of their world, it will not be subtle. It will not be mercy. It will be absolute. The resurrection is not a whisper. It's a roar that tells them, you can never touch me again.